on film. I mean, I don't know if you were thinking about going food shopping or going to the mall or roller skating or what. I know, but I don't know. I just saw wheels turning away and you not moving, and it was beautiful. Please, if you don't mind sharing. If you don't want to answer, it's fine.
No, I don't mind answering. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm always uncomfortable when I watch anything that I do, which I'm sure most actors sitting at this table are. Because we always see the things that we could have done differently and better.
Okay.
I was having fun listening to Tommy Waite's crack.
Me too. Me too. Because he was the complete opposite of what you were doing. I'm trying to read you.
He was having a blast.
He loved it.
That's the first time you've seen this film in how long, Tom?
36 years.
There you go.
No way!
Yep.
I've never watched it.
Oh my God!
No, I watched it when they sent it to me, and they said, you know, what do you think your billing should be now that, you know, you got killed early? And I watched it, and I didn't like it. And I sent it back, and I said, you know, take my name off of it. And they got very upset, as well they should, got very upset with me. And that's the last time I saw it until tonight, and it is so funny. I mean, it's some of it's really great filmmaking. The look of it, the wet, dark look. It's like Quentin Tarantino before Quentin Tarantino. You know, and I didn't have any appreciation for what Walter was doing until, you know, it's too late. So maybe let that be a lesson to everyone to appreciate everybody and everything around you, because you just might be missing something beautiful that's happening, and you don't appreciate it until it's too late. But it's not too late, because I'm saying it.
Thank you.
Synesthesia, of course. You know what that synesthesia is? When you see color, and
you like hear color, and
you hear color, and you see. Mozart had it, Beethoven had it, F. Scott Fitzgerald had it. It's
One
like.
thing that I love is when the visuals that I see,
Yeah.
when I hear synthesizers,
Right.
matches up with the sounds that I hear when I see secondary colors. That's
Right.
why I love Blade Runner, because
Right.
the soundtrack with the secondary neons and stuff.
Right.
But The Warriors is the first movie chronologically to actually do it, 3 years before Blade Runner.
Right.
The Wonder Wheel Purple with the synthesizer sound just gives it a really nice feeling in my brain.
Usually it's an idiosyncrasy in genius, in people that are genius. They see, they hear color, and they see sound. Something in their brain is different, is wired differently. Yeah, yeah, so that's fantastic that you saw that in the movie. Yeah.
Anyone else? Yes, Clash. I saw your hand up.
No.
That's not a question.
Clash, thank you for this nice hat.
Hey man, thank you for making that beautiful hat for
man, I love this
everybody.
ball.
That's really nice.
So awesome.
Thank you so much.
That's great. I think their hats are beautiful. I'll give somebody a free T-shirt if they can answer this one question. Okay, I'm just gonna pick whoever random until we get it right. How many characters did Jerry Hewitt play in this film?
2.
Three.
Who said 3? Give that man a T-shirt. How'd that all come down?
It wasn't credited.
No.
Okay. What were the 3?
Yeah, there you go.
That's too much pressure. You're on the spot, brother. Back to Furies. I believe the roller skates.
Yeah, the punks.
I was in that
Yeah.
gang.
And wasn't the
I actually.
It wasn't the Lizzies.
the
narrow
high
down.
tops?
I was 2 Furies.
Yeah.
He was 2 Furies. I said how many characters, not how many gangs.
Purple one?
Yeah. When we got to that segment, they trying to get him to do that punch and the spin. He couldn't do it. So the coordinator told me, go back and get in his gear. And so I did that. So it was interesting. Be the first guy and be the last guy. But, but that was a good call. That was good. 3.
Awesome.
More questions? Anybody have any more questions?
The graveyard scenes, they're all full of sweat. Was it really muggy out?
No, they sprayed us
Actually,
down.
they sprayed us with water, so we looked wet, and that's acting.
Although we did do a lot of running, it looks easy, but we did the equivalent of 5 to 6 miles of running every single night for 3 months.
As fast as you can.
Actually, that
At
the
3
scene
o'clock
with-
in the morning.
What was it? Turbo ACs. How many times did we shoot that up and down?
There was a lot of running.
Non-stop,
There was a lot of running.
Y'all look so good.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
so do you.
I'll pay you later, Jazz.
You know, I was in Greece, in a little island, some little obscure island, and I was walking in this little village, and a guy came up to me and he went, "Hey man, you were in the Warriors, right?" In Greece! And I gave him my number, and we kept in touch. There's so many fans all over the world, you know, it's just amazing.
We had a question in the back.
Yeah, when you guys were working and were working on the film, do you have any idea at the time that it would become as an iconic film as it is, or was it one of those, oh my God, we have to go to work, we have to do this thing, what are we doing, what are we doing?
Well, we had a lot of fun, but we had no idea that it would turn into an international cult classic. None whatsoever.
Any
None,
explanation
no.
why that happened?
The director. The director is somebody that can see into the future. He can see what people are going to want before we can see it.
I think it was us.
Yeah, also, I'm going to rain on you, Warren.
In for the sheer
But
fact
now
that
my age, I'm going to spritz on you.
not only the director, but as you see, we're here 30-something years later, and we all actually get along and actually like each other. And are very professional. We went to work, we worked very hard, and we're glad it turned out to what it was, but of course, it can't be what it is without you guys, so thank you.
Yeah.
Not knowing if it was going to be, a hit or anything. First of all, I don't get along with anybody up here. But when I came to do the movie, and I say this every time we get together because it's true. What I did was basically Zippo. Seriously.
Don't brag about it.
No. I say that because, look, and they've heard me say it a million times, and I'll say it until we just don't have panels anymore. I went in with a totally different mindset of what this movie was. So when you asked that question, did you know it was going to be? Hell no. I went in with a mindset of, like, this whole realism thing, It's like, okay. And when I see the movie even now, to me it's a little bit disjointed, what I did and what they did. And by that I mean, I kind of like did this whole weird wheel type thing, and nobody said, excuse me, we're making like this great movie with this action and weird stuff. You need to get on the bandwagon. So what I missed was all of the stuff that made this movie a cult classic. If we all thought in my mind that to do the same thing, it wouldn't be what it is today. So it is true when he said it is the acting. It is the acting. It's the acting of everybody sitting here that they actually got it because some of us didn't. And thank God that 8 people, 9 people actually got the movie.
But I remember Walter saying, because we were all kind of surprised how funny it was, and he said, if I told you that we probably would have, screwed it up.
Right.
So we were all kind of taken dramatically, and that just kind of, catapults it.
But y'all look so good doing it. It's like.
Well, you were the leader, and as soon as we lost you, we just went haywire.
Yo,
Hey, let me tell you something. When I saw the film tonight and I saw them beat up Cleon, I felt protective of him. I wanted to go in the movie and help him, but I couldn't stand that it was happening to him. That's how close we were.
I cried when he was killed.
Yes,
I freaking cried when he was killed.
Here's an interesting note. Dorsey and I grew up in the same building in the Bronx.
The Bronx.
Boogie down.
We didn't know it either. We found out we were in the same building
When we did the movie.
yeah, when we did the movie. It's like, you live in the same building?
Well, it was a concourse at the time. The Lewis Morris on the concourse at 175th Street.
Damn, that's the name of the building.
1749 Grand Concourse.
They still got that good weed over there. Good weed over there. You know what's so funny for me, real quick, I won't cut you, I'll let you go. But the movie's got so many different characters in it. For me now, watching it and watching it back then, as an adolescent that didn't know anything but what he had in front of him to enjoy, Dorsey Wright set the pace for the film. The first things out of his mouth. So anything else that came at me, no matter how ridiculous the Joker looked, no matter how ridiculous one of the girls looked, how maybe just something didn't click throughout the film, everything in my mind, I'm sorry. Oh, Apache Ramos, everybody.
Yeah.
I was watching myself die
Forget what I was going to say. That's funny. That's better. Yeah, that's better. Later on, being on film sets and seeing how things done, these guys, in my opinion, worked their asses off. And it shows 36 years later. The film's timeless, because we're all showing it to our kids now. We're all traumatizing them with it. You know what I mean? How many on the panel have read the novel by Saul Urich? One, two, okay. Thoughts on that, Tom?
It's not a very good book.
Okay, never mind, Tom. Okay, thank you. Glad I'm not selling the book in the back, jeez.
But he stole the plot from the Greeks. So how bad can it be? It's just the writing itself isn't very good, but the plot's very strong because he lifted it from Euripides or somebody like that. So, more questions?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, actually, I do have a question for you, Mr. Waits.
Yes.
In the scene where the cop tackles you on the subway platform and you wrestle with him, and then he throws you over the platform onto the tracks, and just at that moment, a train is coming in. How is that coordinated as far as the stunt? And
It wasn't me. I had already been fired. I was sitting in Pennsylvania looking out the window and going, what the F do I do with my life now? But they used an assistant cameraman, very talented guy, whose name I can't remember.
Not for the stunt.
For the stunt, yeah.
No, for the stunt they used a stunt guy.
Oh, I thought they used that camera guy with the curly red hair.
That was just for a shot with us running, and then I fell down and hurt myself really bad.
Anyway, so I didn't do it. I have no idea. The last time I worked, I was sitting next to Deborah on the subway, getting ready to escape with her. And the story was supposed to be about the two of us. And then I got fired, and so it became about Michael and Deborah. And so I,
Actually, you probably know this, but when Dev just referred to the fact that she fell down and got hurt, for those of you who don't know, she broke her arm. That's why she put the blue jacket on, and that's why they wrote the line in, because they had to cover it up. Am I correct?
Yes.
Just so you know, she got hurt the worst of all of us.
I did, I got hurt twice. But I'm going to tell you that the movie we shot for so many months that by the time we got to Coney, it was October, so it was good I had a jacket, because it was freezing!
I can't stand being cold, and that scene on the beach when we're finally in front of the bad guys, every time Walter said cut, blankets, heaters, everything up, freezing my behind!
possibly ever being remade?
No.
I say no. That's just a personal feeling.
I don't think it's a good idea. This young man in the back had his hand up for a long time. Yes?
So when you guys first read the script, when did you imagine, or like how far in the future did you imagine it would be?
Oh, I see.
Can you say that again?
So when you first read the script and it said like in the future, like how far?
Oh, I don't remember that actually being in the script.
I don't think that's...
I think that's part of this
That's just part of
particular,
the director's cut on the.
this sort of
kind
graphic,
things that he
graphic
put in
comment.
there. No, that's a good question, actually, because
It is.
Because it's confusing.
I think we thought it was in the future when we started seeing some of those gangs show up the way they were. 'Cause we all lived in New York City and had seen street gangs, and none of them looked like any of them.
Not so festive, no.
That's why I didn't take it seriously when I showed up. Once I saw guys with mime and baseball stuff, man, please, come on.
Anybody from the Bronx remember any gang called the Van Cortlandt Rangers?
Savage Skulls.
Savage Skulls, Savage Nomads, Black Spades, Glory Stompers.
Javelins.
Javelins. We're talking about the orphans. He said the javelins.
We would have had their ass if it wasn't for the foreign object, okay?
So did you guys all cast for did you get the part that you casted for, or did you want to be in a different character when you get cast?
I wanted to be Swan.
I knew it. I can see that.
Well, I have this story that I've told over and over, but I'll tell it again in case you haven't heard it. They brought 11 of us up to the Gulf Western building, or 10, I'm not sure. And I was one of the ones that decided not to use. And I was telling the guys, I went out to dinner with my girlfriend, I cried. I wanted to be an actor, and they didn't want me. I was really, annoying. But then Tony Danza, who they did want, who had not necessarily my role, but it was me and him who were up against each other because of type. And then he got Taxi, and he left the film. So then I had to read again and everything, but the long and the short of it is they brought me back in, and I remember that he said, well, who do we want this guy to be now? Cowboy or Vermin? Cowboy or Vermin? They didn't know what to say. And so finally, Walter said, I don't know, be Vermin. So I've been Vermin now for 37 years.
Not telling you where, but I got
He kept the tattoo. He kept the biggest tattoo.
it was real.
It's
I was a patsy before I was an author.
Was there any actual gang interference during the shoot?
Big time. Gangs were very prevalent at the time, and they had to be, let's say, placating wherever we shot, because we shot all at night, which is when gangs came out, and to get that movie done, that had to be done, so we got it done.
We shot a scene at on the boardwalk, not the boardwalk, what is that thing? The bathhouse, where you see it says Warriors. Before it said Warriors, it said Homicide Incorporated. And some smart geniuses decided that when they flew in from California that would look great if it said Warriors instead of Homicide Incorporated. So they did the side of the wall. And James Remar, who is a method actor, God, every time I think about him, he came into the trailer and he was screaming, War Chief, there's some guys bopping on our turf, But that's him, he stays in character. And I'm basically looking at him like, oh God, please give it a rest. So I come out the trailer and we look, and there's all these guys with these jackets on, Homicide Incorporated. And they wanted to know who tagged over the bathhouse. Me being the brave guy that I am, quickly saying, see them guys standing near the beach with the camera and stuff? It was them, they did that. You need to go talk to them guys and leave me alone. And that was my only encounter with that wildness, but they were telling me, yeah, it was something they had to encounter on almost a weekly basis.
Wow.
So, I have one more question. Yes, sir.
I gotta ask, it's a script question. I never read the novel, but who was the leader of the rogue supposed to be having all these phone conversations with? I gotta know. Is it in the script?
His mother.
I knew somebody's mom.
I think it was his mother.
Actually, it was his agent. He was asking for a raise.
These guys all have to go eat now. I want to thank everybody. Thank you again. Thank the Warriors. Thank you guys. I want to thank everyone. Tony Rios, Brian Tyler, David Harris, the first time ever, Jerry Hewitt, Percy White, Thomas T. Waits, and better late than ever, Patrick Ramos. The Warriors, everybody. Thank you.
See you in the morning. Yeah, come see us at the show. We'll be here all weekend. Love to see you.
They're signing tomorrow morning for 10 a.m. Atlantic City Convention Center. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.